And a pleasant good evening live from Frederick, Douglas. Tonight should be an outstanding girls basketball matchup. Rick Reams along with Chris Labar. You got GRC, Frederick, Douglas. Rick, both teams with designs on a deep postseason run.
Yeah, these are the kind of games in January. You know, we're getting into late January. The postseason is getting closer and closer, and these are games where both of these teams can learn a lot about their teams. You know, you got a team with a long history with GRC, the defending 10th region champion, who won 5 of the last 6 regionals, and then you got the young and upcoming, the Frederick Douglas, just their 3rd year in existence, our 4th year playing. They're 0-3 against this team, but they think they've got something this year, and that's what Coach Moberly wants to see tonight. And I tell you what, I know that Coach Robbie Graham, he's excited to see what his team has also.
You talk about the Broncos, they're 10-6. They've only had 1 regional appearance in their 6 years of existence, and they've got a very strong young nucleus.
They do, and, you know, they're on a 3-game winning streak. They have everything they need. And just talking to Coach Moberly early in this year, you know, last year they thought they had a good chance. They had beaten Henry Clay team twice, got into the district tournament, lost to them in the first round. Their season ended, but he said he thinks that was a growth time for them. They now know that they can't go into any game thinking that they've got it won.
Let's talk about this GRC bunch. They are a regular attendee in the Sweet 16. They are 12-4 this season, and Coach Graham, another strong nucleus as well.
Oh, absolutely. You know, this program is built from years and years and years of being good. And that's what we were talking about, Chris, that they have a lot to draw from in Winchester. And I tell you what, when you have what should be a Hall of Fame coach still coaching, these girls want to come and play for him, and they are strong this year. Their record isn't quite where they want it to be, but they are building to where they want to be.
GRC and Frederick Douglas live tonight from the farm. We will take a quick break, be back. We will introduce you to Coach Graham of GRC. That conversation when we come back on Glycod.com.
New teen drivers are at greater risk for car crashes, particularly at night and during the first few months without adult supervision. Checkpoints is a free 1-hour educational program held monthly at the Jessamine Career and Technology Center in Nicholasville. It will help you help your teen be safer when they become a new independent driver. For more details, including program incentives and how to register, visit the Jessamine County Health Department's website at jessaminehealth.org.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking, insurance, investments, and wealth management for over a century. We're big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. Strengthening our community since 1910. German American Bank.
Looking for new ways to connect with your customer? Did you know that local grassroots marketing is the most effective? For a successful economic approach, email info@glycod.com or call 502-551-5027.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give Rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
Family owned and operated since 1946, Thomas Car Wash has specialized in making Louisville cars look fresh and clean. Co-owned by 2006 Mill graduate Alex Thomas, Thomas Car Wash has 4 convenient locations, including their newly renovated one at 5321 Preston Highway, just a mile down from Mail. Additional locations include 6511 Preston Highway, 4139 Bardstown Road, and one at the intersection of Hurstbourne Parkway and Taylorsville Road. From full service to express washes to detailing and towel drying, wash local with Thomas Car Wash.
You're tuned in to Central Kentucky High School Basketball on Glycod.
Should be a great girls basketball matchup tonight on the farm. GRC and Frederick Douglass. I'm chatting with Robbie Graham, head coach of the Cardinals and coach another strong season. You guys have been to 5 of the last Sweet 16s. How do you feel about this group?
Well, we're excited with this group. We get better each and every game. We've thrown them through the gauntlet. Our schedule is extremely tough, and we've got a stretch here where we got 4 games this week, but it'll be like a 7-game stretch in 10 days. So we've really put them through it mentally and physically. So we know Douglas will be tough tonight. It'll be a tough game, and we're excited to play. And Coach does a great job. He and our friends and go way back. So we're excited to come over and play tonight.
Outside of the outcome during this stretch, what else do you hope to gain during these tough ball games?
Well, just fighting through the mental fatigue and the physical fatigue. To go to Rupp Arena and to win, you got to win, back to back to back, and regional tournament same way. So we just got to fight through the mental fatigue, the little things, miss a box out, miss a rotation. Those things we want to continue to improve on while we're tired.
You talked about last year and really coming close, losing to Sacred Heart in the quarters. As you review last season, what things kept you from advancing?
They have a young lady named Zakaria Johnson. That's one heck of a player. I think she's number 2 in her class in the country, and she took over there for a stretch in the second half. But they're a great team. Have a lot of pieces and well coached, and they were just better than we were that night. So that's our goal, is to get back there and hopefully advance a little farther and stick around for a few days up there at Rupp.
This Douglas program seems like they're getting better and better, perhaps the best team they've ever had here. Is that fair to say?
I would think so. I think he's excited about his group. I think they have a chance to win the 11th region. I know Franklin County's kind of, ran it, had it control over for several years, but I think Douglas is close and getting closer.
A lot of young players, and you've had experience coaching young players. What sorts of challenges does that pose?
Well, it depends on, how they're taught, before they come to you is the biggest thing. So we have a good feeder system. Coach, we have our middle school coach does an outstanding job and, basically teaches and preaches what we teach and preach, so it's easier. And if Coach Mobley's probably trying to get the same situation where they're being taught, the same thing before they get to him.
Sierra Byers, coach, your leading scorer to over 20 a game. What sorts of things does she do so well?
You name it, she does it. Outstanding young lady, first and foremost. Super student, second. And then she's a really good basketball player. She can shoot the 3, put on the deck, block shots, rebound. Hardest worker, one of our leaders, a very vocal young lady. And her best days are really ahead of her.
Appreciate your time, Coach. Best of luck tonight.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you.
Head coach of the GRC Cardinals, Robbie Graham. We'll have more coverage from Glycod.com in just a moment. We're live tonight on the farm in Lexington.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Anderson Apothecary, the cure for the common drugstore. Anderson Apothecary, just across school on Highway 127.
Community strong, serving Lawrenceburg. Century Bank is Anderson County's locally owned bank with a full suite of deposit, loan, and online products, plus a knowledgeable, friendly staff. Century makes everyday banking simple. Located at 201 West Woodford Street with online banking at centurybankky.com. Century Bank, our community, your bank. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Family owned and operated since 1946, Thomas Car Wash has specialized in making Louisville cars look fresh and clean. Co-owned by 2006 Mill graduate Alex Thomas, Thomas Car Wash has 4 convenient locations, including their newly renovated one at 5321 Preston Highway, just a mile down from Mail. Additional locations include 6511 Preston Highway, 4139 Bardstown Road, and one at the intersection of Hurstbourne Parkway and Taylorsville Road. From full service to express washes to detailing and towel drying, wash local with Thomas Car Wash.
Want to replace your old, rotted, and drafty windows? What would your house look like with the newest and high-quality windows on the market? With just one call to Metro Windows, you can choose from a great selection of aluminum-clad, vinyl, and rot-free windows at an affordable price. And Metro Windows can also replace just the glass and failed windows, too. Their installers are Oldham County residents that take pride in their work and craftsmanship. Metro Windows has been locally owned for over 30 years and is the proud carrier of the Windsor window line. Give Metro Windows a call today at 222-7828. That's 222-7828, Metro Windows.
Hi, I'm Glenn Downs, pharmacist and owner of the Prescription Pad in Nicholasville. We are an independent community pharmacy that provides personalized service. We offer free home delivery, medication compliance packaging, compounding, and home medical equipment. Getting your medications from us means no need to wait in line or on the phone for minutes. Visit us at 465 Keene Center Drive in the Keene Shops in Nicholasville or by phone at 859-887-2841. The prescription pad is dedicated to your family's health.
You're tuned in to Central Kentucky High School Basketball on Glycod.
Rick Reams here with Glycod at Douglas High School, here tonight with Coach DJ Moberly as his Douglas Broncos take on the George Rogers Clark Cardinals. Coach, you and I were just talking about you're on a little run, breaking into the top 25. How you feeling?
Man, we're happy about it, but we still more work to do. I told my kids, it's just one step of the goals that we got right now. So, like I told them, smile about it, but still more work to do.
Yeah, so tonight you play a team that's a perennial power in the 10th region and in the state. They got a 3-0 lead on you in the series. With you all being kind of a new school, it's a new series. But what are you looking for your girls tonight to do to get into the win column?
I think tonight, man, we definitely got to be ready. We got to compete. GRC's definitely coached by a great coach. Will be a Hall of Fame coach when he's all said and done. We got to box them out. They crash the boards really hard. They definitely play hard. So we got to control it. We got to control the pace. Don't let them speed us up.
So they got sisters, the Byers sisters, that score over 50% of their points. So as a coach, do you look to stop them? Do you look to stop other ones? How are you going to guard those two girls?
Well, the thing with them is you can't get them. You can't let the Byers girls get second chances. All right, they're two good girls, great character, play extremely hard. Two dogs that you got to worry about at all times. So, like I told my team, we just got to contain them, know where they're at. Can't let them get second chances though. That's one thing we got to take away from them for sure. It's hard, like I said, as long as we maintain them, I think we got a chance.
So, are you going to do what you do, and that's put pressure all over the court for as long as you can?
Well, we'll switch it up. Our defenses tonight, we'll try a little bit, a couple of different things, but we will bring some pressure, and we'll try to control the pace a little bit more tonight.
So the last game we were here, Nia Rhodes gets her 1,000th point. Everyone's got their T-shirts on and all that. So talk a little bit about her because she's young. I mean, she's only a sophomore.
Yeah, that's right. Only a sophomore. Happy for her getting that milestone right there, 1,000 points. Great game that she had. Actually, that we had that game. Took some great shots. But all in all, good girl. Great character, very deserving right there. She works hard, stays in the gym. I knew it was coming. Actually, the first year I got her, I knew she was going to be a quick 1,000-point scorer. I knew that because she knows how to find a way to the basket.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, I was telling them, I think in my church league, high school career and everything, I'm still not at 1,000 points yet. So I'm really impressed with that. So with your girls, I talked about George Rogers Clark with you. With your girls, what do you want them to do tonight? Even if they don't come out with a victory, what do you want to see from your team?
I just want us to compete, play hard, and leave it out there on the floor, man. That's all you can do, man. I just want you to come in, play hard, and see what the results is. And like I told them, win or lose, let's go out and have some fun, but let's compete.
And so, I can't believe we're saying this, but we're getting in the meat of the season, but a month from now we're going to be in the district. So games like this really help you, don't
they? Definitely. It's definitely helped us. I mean, playing some of those top teams in the state. Like I said, my girls get to see the hard work some of these other teams, why they some of the top teams in the state, why they be that, and they got to see it. So it let them know when we come back to the drawing board how hard we had to work if they want to be that successful. So I feel like us playing those teams has helped us tremendously this year. Being in my third year, I think it's helped us definitely as far as just knowing how to play, making the right reads, using our team more, and I feel like it's put us in a good situation to where I feel like we can possibly make some noise in the district and try to make it to the region.
Well, Coach, I'm excited to see this game tonight. I always thank you for your time. Good luck tonight,
Thanks, man.
and we'll see you again.
Appreciate
All right, have a
New teen drivers are at greater risk for car crashes, particularly at night and during the first few months without adult supervision. Checkpoints is a free 1-hour educational program held monthly at the Jessamine Career and Technology Center in Nicholasville. It will help you help your teen be safer when they become a new independent driver. For more details, including program incentives and how to register, visit the Jessamine County Health Department's website at jessaminehealth.org.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking, insurance, investments, and wealth management for over a century. We're big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. Strengthening our community since 1910. German American Bank.
Looking for new ways to connect with your customer? Did you know that local grassroots marketing is the most effective? For a successful economic approach, email info@glycod.com or call 502-551-5027.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give Rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
Family owned and operated since 1946, Thomas Car Wash has specialized in making Louisville cars look fresh and clean. Co-owned by 2006 Mill graduate Alex Thomas, Thomas Car Wash has 4 convenient locations, including their newly renovated one at 5321 Preston Highway, just a mile down from Mail. Additional locations include 6511 Preston Highway, 4139 Bardstown Road, and one at the intersection of Hurstbourne Parkway and Taylorsville Road. From full service to express washes to detailing and towel drying, wash local with Thomas Car Wash.
You're tuned in to Central Kentucky High School Basketball on Glycod.
Chris Labar, Rick Reams back live at the farm in Lexington. Now for a look at your starting lineups. First for George Rogers Clark. GRC having a fantastic season at 12-4. They'll start Byers, Stamper, Gay, and Anaya Chestnut. And for Frederick Douglass, also a youthful 5, Rhodes, Christian, Baker, Darrington, and Amaya Maxwell will get the start. Great to have you here for live high school basketball on the farm in Lexington. And Douglass controls, and a quick opportunity for Christian, and she'll come up dry.
Good start there. We're going to come out and run this whole game.
This GRC offense averaging 58 points per game. Entry to Byers, and Brianna in for 2.
Yeah, if you're Douglas, you can't let her get that ball that low and that easily.
Averaging 15 points and 6 rebounds, over 1,700 career points as Douglas on the march. And there's an answer for Christian.
Good job by Christian. Missed that first shot, but took the ball right for the basket and put it in the basket.
See what the Broncos do in the full court. Off the heel, and the backside brought down by Rhodes, but she'll mishandle it on the baseline.
Yeah, 2 of the Douglas girls were going after that ball. Good hustle, but boy, one of you got to grab hold of that because you don't want to give this GRC team too many possessions.
Cardinals will inbound underneath. Stamper pulls the trigger and rattles in a 3.
Boy, not much of an out-of-bounds play there. Just let her break to that three-point line. Nice shot.
And a 5-2. GRC beginning some 60 seconds deep. And Christian working against this GRC defensive unit. Baker will touch it for the first time. Kate Baker, 5'4" sophomore. Exemplary three-point shooter. Nice entry to Darrington, and Darrington kisses it home.
That's what they've been looking for all year. Darrington had a little injury, hasn't been playing quite as many games, but starting to come into her own.
Entry pass, Byers all the way down for a GRC basket. And there you see Rick paying dividends against that press.
Yeah, if you're going to put that press on, you've got to have someone backside, and Byers just went right to the basket easily for the layup.
That'll be a key ingredient in this game, the pressure. Christian Long and Stamper snaring the rebound for GRC. Some 2 minutes gone by. Nice up and under, and Sierra on the board.
Yeah, you're seeing the Byers sisters at their best right now. This is something Douglas, they've got to withstand this run and get this game going.
GRC very hot start, some 9 points in 2 minutes, 10 seconds. That was Darrington up top, mishandling that. We're going to have a held ball.
Yeah, Darrington right there, she's got to get rid of that ball. If not, hold that ball up high. Don't bring that ball down. But another turnover for Douglas. And as you said, GRC has come out on fire, and the Byers sisters are just kind of having their way right now.
Take a look at the series. GRC winning all three by a margin of 31 points. As the Cardinals breaking that press, and Stamper in for 2 more, and we're going to have a Douglas timeout. So Stamper in for the field goal. We will take a quick 30-second timeout. Be right back.
Hi, I'm Glenn Downs, pharmacist and owner of the Prescription Pad in Nicholasville. We are an independent community pharmacy that provides personalized service. We offer free home delivery, medication compliance packaging, compounding, and home medical equipment. Getting your medications from us means no need to wait in line or on the phone for minutes. Visit us at 465 Keene Center Drive in the Keene Shops in Nicholasville, or by phone at 859-887-2841. The Prescription Pad is dedicated to your family's health.
You're tuned in to Central Kentucky High School Basketball on Glycod.
Douglas basketball out of the timeout, and GRC off to a very nice beginning. Christian inside the lane, and a GRC foul.
Yeah, it's rather apparent Douglas has seen something in their film that they're just setting a pick for Christian, letting her go to the basket. But one thing, Chris, GRC, if Douglas is going to pressure you, you've got to pressure them back on offense, and that's exactly what GRC is doing.
And Christian able to get on the board. Myra Christian transfer from East Jessamine in Nicholasville, over 1,800 career points. And the Cardinals bring it down as Byers. All that length will bring it across. Stamper inside the line. And the rebound secured by Myra Christian. 2-possession game to start. It'll be Kate Baker. I beg your pardon, that's Anaya Rhodes, as Rhodes probing the lane. And pinball down will stay with Douglas here near side.
One thing you're seeing is a sophomore against a senior there, and Rhodes is having trouble getting open shots against Byers.
Yeah, Byers at 6'1", and Rhodes 5'5". Kate Baker being extended just inside a half court. There's Maxwell facing as the Broncos very deliberate here in the half court. Stamper applying some pressure. Left hand heave job is going to fall in for Baker.
Great take to the basket. Like you said, Winter offhand on that left side there.
Kate Baker with her first field goal. Byers pulls the trigger and rattles in a three.
Yeah, you do not want to leave her open there, and they just lost her, and that's one girl you don't want to lose, either one of those girls.
Cardinals by an early touchdown as Brianna Byers with 7. So we slide under the 4-minute mark in his first stanza. Christian going to weave her way in. Nice nickel and dime move for 2.
Yeah, she's going up against Anaya Chestnut, the transfer from West Jessamine, and did a good job getting to the basket that time.
They've played against one another before.
Yes.
Entry pass deflected. That was Maxwell that got a hand on it for the live ball turnover. 3 in the corner off the mark from Maxwell, and the rebound snatched by Gay.
Not sure that's the shot Douglas wanted at that time.
Maxwell getting the start tonight for 8th grader Jaylee Knowles. GRC with the three. That's going to miss from Gay. Backside rebound's going to find its way underneath the Byers, and she'll lose the hot tamale. Down the pike goes Baker. Tight ropes the baseline. Shot up dry. And a foul underneath. Oh, held ball, I beg your pardon.
Alternate possession will go back to Douglas there. Douglas had a good opportunity for a layup, but Darrington did a good job. She didn't give up on it. Got the jump ball and get the ball back.
Baker will funnel it in, and an and one as the basket goes.
That's a lot of good coaching there. You've got to let that play take time to get your wide open player, and they did, and go for the and one. And I tell you what, Douglas has withstood so far this first quarter blitz that GRC threw at him.
Maxwell with the field goal, Trinity Gay with a foul, and Maxwell will complete the three-point play.
Douglas is backing off that full court pressure now. He said they're going to change defenses, and now they're going to a zone.
Stamper will handle it up top, so Broncos instilling a different look. Reversal over to Stamper. Only an 8th grader, and she passes the eye test. Doesn't take long to figure out she's got a bright future. Byers baseline, short. Ricocheted around, and the rebound secured by Darrington. Basket here ties this game for the Broncos. They're going to look for the lead, and Rhodes is in.
That's what you need there. You get her open in space, and that's the 1,000-point scorer, as a sophomore that we talked about in pregame.
Nia Rhodes in for three, and Douglas by one. So after that Bronco timeout, they've overcome a 7-point deficit. Nice reversal to Stamper inside the line, and nets two.
As you said, as an 8th grader, she's got a lot of good basketball ahead of her. And nice job, not scared of the spotlight at all.
Stamper with 7 and GRC by 1 in a teeter-totter. And Christian now trying to set up shop. Rhodes may have gotten away with a travel. A little bit short in the rebound to secure. That's McKaylee Tabor that's checked in for GRC. And just like that, they've got a three in the corner and will connect.
Chestnut, nice play there. We saw her make those shots last year at West Jessamine, led them in scoring, and just a nice ball player.
19-15, GRC with a lead. We thought this would be a competitive matchup, and Rhodes with an answer.
Yeah, one thing you can't do is you can't keep your hands down against her. You got to come out there with your hands up high, stop that shot.
Tabor handles near wing. And Byers, the conductor of this half-court orchestra. Now she'll defer near wing to Stamper. Stamper between the wickets, now veering in that far corner. Byers for three, it swirls out, and Douglas corralling the rebound with 30 seconds in the quarter. Stamper got a hand on it. It's going to find Rhodes as the Broncos milk it under 20.
They're going to take the last shot here.
This will be Christian. Perhaps they'll isolate her. Now Christian at 4. Back to Rhodes. Great on-ball defense, and that's going to close the quarter. So GRC suffocating half-court D. They'll take a 1-point lead into quarter number 2, and we'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Glenn Downs, pharmacist and owner of the Prescription Pad in Nicholasville. We are an independent community pharmacy that provides personalized service. We offer free home delivery, medication compliance packaging, compounding, and home medical equipment. Getting your medications from us means no need to wait in line or on the phone for minutes. Visit us at 465 Keene Center Drive in the Keene Shops in Nicholasville or by phone at 859-887-2841. The Prescription Pad is dedicated to your family's health.
You're tuned in to Central Kentucky High School Basketball on Glycod.
Chris Labar and Rick Reams back live on the farm. A very competitive opening quarter, GRC by 1. Rick, let's talk about a couple of quick keys in this game.
Yeah, for GRC, they have to manage Douglas's full court pressure. They did a good job of that, but they have to put defensive pressure on Douglas to limit this high-powered offense because Douglas averages many more points. And then Douglas, they have to contain the Byers sisters and force tempo.
GRC basketball, Stamper 7 first quarter points. And Douglas staying in that 2-3 zone. Nice skip, and Stamper pitches it back in play. And here come the Broncos. Rhodes applies the break. And the rebound dug out at the foul line by Byers. And she's going to ditch it at the last moment. And GRC's going to get a shot from Byers inside the arc. It's short, and an and one.
Yeah, that was a good play there by GRC. You saw Brianna Byers missing the shot. Sierra Byers got the rebound, going for the three-point play. Exactly what Coach Moberly said. You can't give those girls a second opportunity.
Myra Christian called for the foul, so the and one for Sierra Byers. Byers averaging 20 per game as a sophomore, also team leading 8 rebounds. And the Cardinals now +4. They once led by 7. Now Christian pitching it to the near wing, and it's batted away. And we're going to get a foul in pursuit of that loose ball.
Yeah. Sierra Byers got a little bit too far into the basket, missed that one, and coming back, Brianna Byers tried to get that rebound and got the foul there. That's her second foul, so that's some early foul trouble.
Second foul, and the team's third, as Byers will shuttle out. Brooke Taylor, 6'2 senior, is in.
Saw her play in a very competitive JV game.
GRC winning that game 36-35. Both of these teams feel like they can get a lot out of these games here tonight. Rhodes freeing herself up for a 3, and she'll get it.
Yeah, that's the difference now. Byers gets 2 fouls, and she can't get on Rhodes, and she goes out there and hits that 3.
Nia Rhodes now with 9. And a 22-21 GRC lead. There's a 3 from Stamper, could not connect. And the Broncos down the hill. Christian baseline, and she'll be bumped.
Great job going to the basket. As you said, took that baseline, was able to get the blocking foul there. And Douglas has to feel good where they are right now. I mean, it looked like this game was going to get blown out very quickly, but Douglas has withstood the barrage from George Rogers Clark.
Broncos will inbound underneath. That's Darrington, lost the handle and able to scoop it back up. Now Christian will skip it to Baker. Triggers a 3. Darrington backside. And Darrington with a putback.
Great job there by Darrington. She had a lot of body on her, got knocked down on that one rebound, but got that rebound and put it back in.
Ayanna Darrington in with 4. And Douglas retaking the lead. On-ball turnover. Here comes Christian, expecting contact and put it in.
Great job there. Good call by the referee, way under the basket. Couldn't get her position there. So, an and one. I tell you what, Coach Moberly's got to be pleased with where his team is. And right now, Coach Graham is not pleased with where his team is.
5th team GRC foul, and we will take a quick 30-second timeout. Be right back after this. We're live tonight on Glycod.com.
Hi, I'm Glenn Downs, pharmacist and owner of the Prescription Pad in Nicholasville. We are an independent community pharmacy that provides personalized service. We offer free home delivery, medication compliance packaging, compounding, and home medical equipment. Getting your medications from us means no need to wait in line or on the phone for minutes. Visit us at 465 Keene Center Drive in the Keene Shops in Nicholasville or by phone at 859-887-2841. The prescription pad is dedicated to your family's health.
You're tuned in to Central Kentucky High School Basketball on Glycod.
Chris Labar, Rick Reams back live on the farm tonight. It's a 25-22 Douglas lead. Great to have you with us tonight. We'll be back here for 3 games here this week. A very busy stretch. Is that free throw in for Christian?
Douglas doing a good job taking the ball to the basket there. And right now, GRC's going to have to go with some players that don't play quite as much just because of early foul trouble.
Chestnut is in for the Cardinals. She played connecting with a 3 in the first quarter, so Anaya Chestnut back in. And the Cardinals set up shop in the half court, staring at a 4-point deficit. That shot's off the mark, and Sierra Byers could have gotten away with an over-the-top, but it's out of bounds to the Cardinals.
Yeah, and Coach Graham's seen enough. He went ahead and brought Brianna Byers back in with those 2 fouls, but he saw this game slipping away, and at this point, you got to let your senior come in there and play.
That'll be Byers up top. Now Chestnut facing pressure, opting for Byers. Now Byers lost the handle. It will stay with GRC, and you see the quickness of that Bronco defense.
Yeah, and that's what they're built upon. You know, they like to put pressure on, and right there, Byers usually, I'm sure, can get to that ball to the basket, but that time Rosa, great quick hands.
Stamper. This Bronco 2-3 zone has provided a lift for this Douglas defense. Byers requesting a screen. Now the ball skipped to Chestnut. Nice entry at the elbow to Gay. Off the mark. And Darrington securing the rebound, trying to ignite the break, and a foul on GRC.
Yeah, Chris, when I talked to Coach Mobley early on in the season, he talked about Darrington, how he thinks next year she's going to be a Miss Basketball candidate. And right now you can see she's a little bit rough around the edge, but that's just because she hasn't played as much. But, boy, she's been very active tonight.
There you see Darrington in the open floor. And that free throw off the mark. She'll have one more on the season. Darrington, 77% foul shooter. GRC dodges a bullet as Chestnut securing the rebound.
This zone defense have really kept GRC from getting those open baskets right at the basket.
Inside, Byers off the mark. And Darrington with a rebound. Christian providing some stability at the point. She'll try to set up this offense. Rhodes heaving one from deep off the heel. And Stamper, nice inside position to dig out the rebound. There's Gay. Nice pass underneath, but the ball rims off for Byers. Up and in on the backside, though, for Byers.
Yeah, good job. Didn't let that first missed shot affect her. Got the rebound, put it back in. Again, Coach Mobley said you cannot let the Byers girls get second shots, and you see why there.
Byers with 9. And an evenly matched start. We've got a double dribble.
Yeah, that was one of those unforced errors there. Just couldn't get control of the ball, and it fell from her hands.
Amaya Maxwell, back in for the Broncos. Yeah. How long would you expect Douglas to stay with this zone?
I think you stay with it until they figure it out. So they're very active in it.
Byers And out of bounds to Frederick Douglass.
Yeah, that was a good thought, but just a little bit tough on the passing. But if you're GRC, that's what you have to do. You have to attack the middle of that zone and then try to pass it underneath diagonally, because that's the weak spot of that zone. But right now, Douglas is having great success.
Christian with 5 points, a couple of assists in this opening half. There's Baker around a screen now to Rhodes.
She's got the other sister on her now. Sierra Byers is staying with her.
All that length. Rhodes tries to sliver in the lane and travels.
Yep, that was a close call. If it wasn't a travel, it was going to be a foul, and they went with the travel.
And Stamper finding Byers just to her right. And poked away. Darrington has been a force defensively in this half.
Great active hands there. It's hard to get by with that without fouling, but that time she didn't.
Darrington explodes up and will draw the 7th team GRC foul.
Yeah, one thing Darrington needs to do on that, I know there's a lot of activity going on, but try to take that ball up really strong and go for the and one. But a great job on defense. She runs all the way down the court and gets the ball in the middle. That just shows you she is ready to play tonight.
Trinity Gay called for foul 2. GRC now 7 team fouls. As the Broncos now lead by 3. We will chat with Herald Leader sports columnist Jared Peck at half. A lot going on today in Lexington in the KHSAA. There was some football realignment discussions and decisions, and we'll chat with Jared at the half. As Douglas now +4.
Yeah, had to get Trinity Gay out of there again. They're having some foul trouble. She's got 2 fouls, so if you're GRC, you don't want to put yourself behind the 8 ball here early in the late in the first half.
How about these Broncos? They were down 7 at one point. There's a shot going to fall in for the Cardinals.
Yeah, great play there.
Kaylee Tabor
came in and she just came in off the bench and fired that one in.
Now Christian going to rewind the clock, freeing Baker. And I believe a moving screen will negate the basket.
Yeah, it's a good call. You know, on that you've got to stand still, but your intuition says if the defensive man moves, you move. But that's a good call. That is a foul and took away the three-pointer that went in the basket.
Cardinals trying to retake the lead here as we tiptoe under 2.5. Gay for 3. Byers backside and a Douglas foul.
Byers on the board again, and Darrington reached around and got a foul called on herself. You know, we've seen Chestnut and Stamper hit those threes, and they're just deferring to the other players right now.
Sierra now with 6 points. Season high at great crossing of 29.
Yeah, smart play here by GRC to get Brianna Byers out with 2 fouls with 1:44 left in the half.
Sure was. Coach Graham, one of the top tacticians in Central Kentucky, and we're tied at 28. Sierra Byers with 7. Christian slides in the lane. Darrington upended underneath, and will be the 8th team GRC foul.
Good job. I tell you what, I'm really impressed with Darrington tonight. She is just all around the ball, just doing a great job getting her hands on it, and now she's got a foul. And, you know, at this point, again, they're going to play a little offense to defense with Brianna Byers. So.
And the 1-and-1 rattles out. Darrington now 2 of 5 from the stripe in the half. And Byers, oh my, well off to the right.
She forced that one. Oh, but just picked pockets.
She sure did. Took it from Rhodes, and Byers all the way in for the basket.
You know, Chris, if you're going to have a bad shot on one end, you make up for it like that. Your coach isn't going to yell at you near as much.
Highlight level play on both extremes for Byers.
Yes. Not top 10 to a top 10.
Baker back outside. That's Maxwell. And Christian there to come get that ball. The aggressive hands from Stamper. Maxwell short on a three, and GRC trying to close the half with momentum. Outlet Stamper.
Great pass there by Byers, and I tell you what, that's what GRC wanted to do. That's why they started the game, to get to that 7-point lead.
Stamper now with 9, and a balanced half for the Byers sisters plus Stamper. Can Douglas hang on to it for 1 here?
Douglas has decided they're not going to go down any more than 4. They're going to hold this ball.
Now Baker freeing up for 3. It rattled off. Tabor up now to Byers at 7. Now she's got 2 fouls. Remember that. Spins up in the lane, draws a foul, and a basket.
Yeah, you know, that's one of those calls you have to make. Baker, I know she thought she had a good shot, but there's about 10.3 seconds left at a long three-pointer. They couldn't get the rebound and come down, and boy, I tell you what, this could be a huge turnaround. Go in, you know, go down 7 at half.
So Baker committing the foul. And the free throw well short, and that's going to close the half, minus some heroics. Evenly played first half until the final minute and a half of GRC takes a 6-point lead into halftime. Take a break live at the farm tonight on Glycod, and we'll be right back.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Anderson Apothecary, the cure for the common drugstore. Anderson Apothecary, just across the street from the high school on Highway 127.
Community strong, serving Lawrenceburg for 20 years, Century Bank is Anderson County's locally owned bank with a full suite of deposit, loan, and online products, plus a knowledgeable, friendly staff. Century makes everyday banking simple. Located at 201 West Woodford Street with online banking at centurybankky.com. Century Bank, our community, your bank. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Family owned and operated since 1946, Thomas Car Wash has specialized in making Louisville cars look fresh and clean. Co-owned by 2006 Mill graduate Alex Thomas, Thomas Car Wash has 4 convenient locations, including their newly renovated one at 5321 Preston Highway, just a mile down from Mail. Additional locations include 6511 Preston Highway, 4139 Bardstown Road, and one at the intersection of Hurstbourne Parkway and Taylorsville Road. From full service to express washes to detailing and towel drying, wash local with Thomas Car Wash.
Want to replace your old, rotted, and drafty windows? What would your house look like with the newest and high-quality windows on the market? With just one call to Metro Windows, you can choose from a great selection of aluminum-clad, vinyl, and rot-free windows at an affordable price. And Metro Windows can also replace just the glass and failed windows, too. Their installers are Oldham County residents that take pride in their work and craftsmanship. Metro Windows has been locally owned for over 30 years and is the proud carrier of the Windsor window line. Give Metro Windows a call today at 222-7828. That's 222-7828 Metro Windows.
Hi, I'm Glenn Downs, pharmacist and owner of the Prescription Pad in Nicholasville. We are an independent community pharmacy that provides personalized service. We offer free home delivery, medication compliance packaging, compounding, and home medical equipment. Getting your medications from us means no need to wait in line or on the phone for minutes. Visit us at 465 Keene Center Drive in the Keene Shops in Nicholasville or by phone at 859-887-2841. The Prescription Pad is dedicated to your family's health.
You're tuned in to Central Kentucky High School Basketball on Glycod.
Back live at Frederick Douglass High School, a great girls basketball game tonight. GRC leading the Broncos by 6 at half. Chris Labar along with Rick Reams. Our camera operator tonight is Evan Collins. As always, our halftime guest presented by Tech 24. If you're looking to enhance and increase your career opportunity, contact tech24.com. They've got openings in equipment repair and maintenance here in the Central Kentucky area. Jared Peck from the Herald Leader joins us in an interesting day here in town with the KHSAA. Your assessment on what went on?
Oh, this afternoon.
Yeah.
Some people are always upset when the new alignment comes out. Good thing is it's only 2 years, so you only have to endure this for a little while. We got to see Douglas move back up to 6A. Enrollment boosted them up, so they're going to be playing with Bryan Station and George Rogers Clark and Madison Central in their district. And some people tried to move around today, and some got yeses and some got nos. But we're all going to play football in the fall anyway, so we got to line them up.
And so many schools didn't want to go, and now they have to go. Really, some denials today from some local schools. But why the decision to only go 2 years for realignment in lieu of 4?
Because the enrollment numbers are not because COVID whacked out the enrollment numbers for an entire year, and basically 2 years of enrollment numbers are kind of skewed, and so they had to freeze and double up an enrollment for one of the years, and so because it's going to take a while to shake that out, they didn't feel right to set a 4-year plan based on faulty data. So they're going to come back with 4 full years of enrollment and do it again in a couple of years.
Let's talk basketball now. It's been a great first half. These two teams, I would think, have aspirations of playing deep into March.
Yeah, I think they both can play deep into March. Frederick Douglass is going to have to deal with Franklin County, but you can see what they can do tonight. They can rebound. Nia Rhodes is a bucket. Jeremiah Christian's great at the point. We know what Clark County has, and they're trying to use their Byer sisters as they're a matchup problem for everybody they play, and they're trying to play one of them or either of them on Nia Rhodes, who is Douglas's big threat, and you can see that she's given Rhodes trouble, but Rhodes has still been able to get free.
It was good to see your publication recently provide coverage for both the boys and girls for Douglas, talking about the Sweet 16 opportunity because they're both in the top segment of their respective regions.
Yeah, it was nice for them to both jump in the top 25 the week before I decided to write about them. That worked out good for me. But, yeah, the boys program, even though they don't have much size, they got a bunch of guys who can jump out of the gym. Even Chenault is just amazing. And, got a fifth-year senior in Kaya Simpson. They're disciplined. They run their stuff. And they can really rebound and block shots for a team that doesn't have anybody over 6'3", really good. And you see the Douglas girls team maturing. And, they've played Sacred Heart. They played Sacred Heart to within 10 points. They played Ryle to win 10 points. They've taken on every big team that they would schedule against them, and it's paying off here. You're seeing them stand toe-to-toe with a very, very good GRC team.
Lost to Mercy. That's really the only lopsided game. And both these coaches here at Douglas, Coach Scarberry as well as Coach Moberly, done fantastic jobs.
Yeah, and they lost to Mercy when basically Ayanna Sutton was probably not 100% back then, maybe not even played that game. And you can see what she can do inside when she's healthy.
Let's talk about some of the other Fayette County public school teams, your assessment on how their seasons have gone.
The public school teams we've got, I've seen Dunbar the other day and then just run into some hard luck. Henry Clay beat them last week. I think Douglas is kind of the class in the 42nd. Lexington Catholic is probably the class it's two non-public schools in the 43rd with Lexington Catholic and LCA. But, they're young. Lafayette's got a new coach. Tates Creek, any given night, Tates Creek can wake up and beat somebody, I think. They've got the talent to do that. And then, for Henry Clay, it's just a matter. I saw them kind of let go at the end of the fourth quarter. They had Sayre beat, and then they the fourth quarter got away from them. But I think Henry Clay plays enough defense. I mean, they really play tough half-court defense, tough full-court defense when they want to put it on. They can't be, in the 42nd, you can't count anybody out. The Douglas and Henry Clay traded up district and region championships last year, and, they could go that way again this year.
Well, and they are the defending champ as well.
That's right. And Bryan Station, too, is very athletic and a very, very young team at Bryan Station. I think Champ Lincoln's going to have that team worked out. If not next year, then it's definitely the year after. This might not be their year, but Bryan Station's coming along.
Great to catch up tonight. Thanks, Jared.
Thank you.
Jared Peck, Lexington Herald leader. Take a quick break. Rick and I back. We will dissect the first half on the other side of this timeout. Back in a moment on GlyCod.com.
New teen drivers are at greater risk for car crashes, particularly at night and during the first few months without adult supervision. Checkpoints is a free 1-hour educational program held monthly at the Jessamine Career and Technology Center in Nicholasville. It will help you help your teen be safer when they become a new independent driver. For more details, including program incentives and how to register, visit the Jessamine County Health Department's website at jessaminehealth.org.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking, insurance, investments, and wealth management for over a century. We're big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. Strengthening our community since 1910. German American Bank.
Looking for new ways to connect with your customer? Did you know that local grassroots marketing is the most effective? For a successful economic approach, email info@glycod.com or call 502-551-5027.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give Rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
Family owned and operated since 1946, Thomas Car Wash has specialized in making Louisville cars look fresh and clean. Co-owned by 2006 Mill graduate Alex Thomas, Thomas Car Wash has 4 convenient locations, including their newly renovated one at 5321 Preston Highway, just a mile down from Mail. Additional locations include 6511 Preston Highway, 4139 Bardstown Road, and one at the intersection of Hurstbourne Parkway and Taylorsville Road. From full service to express washes to detailing and towel drying, wash local with Thomas Car Wash.
You're tuned in to Central Kentucky High School Basketball on Glycod.
Douglas basketball as we welcome you back, 34-28. Chris LeBar alongside Rick Reams. Great to have you with us tonight on glycod.com. What's the key early here for Douglas in this half?
You know, you got to regain the momentum you had at the end of the last quarter. You know, right before halftime, GRC went on that scoring bench to go up this 6-point here. And one thing you didn't want to do there is start off with a turnover, which Douglas did.
Cardinals once led by 7, now the lead at 6. Byers inside the teeth of that zone, so the Broncos going to stay with the zone.
Yeah, and again, if you're GRC, you want to flash that middle because that's the weak point in this zone.
Byers floated back out to Gay. Good ball pressure applied by Baker. And Darrington may have gotten a hand on that ball, but 2 points anyway for Byers.
Yeah, she took a chance to get a hand on it, but it went through her hand and got right to Byers for 2 more, her 11th point.
Sierra Byers, 11. Brianna Byers also with 11. The GRC enjoying their longest lead. Nice ball pressure applied by Stamper. It's out of bounds to GRC.
Yeah, I tell you what, GRC has come back. Started off this half kind of like they started the game. They went out to that 7-point lead, as you said, Chris, and right now Douglas has to find their way back.
And Byers going to set things up as she'll march around a Stamper screen. A little 8-footer long, backside rebound by Sierra Byers, and Maxwell able to snare it for Douglas.
See a little wrinkle that GRC, they set a pick up high against that zone.
Christian had that ball taken from her and then travels.
Yeah, the second time she's traveled, well, one time was a double dribble right there. She got too far into the teeth of the zone, or the defense there, and just didn't have anywhere to go, ended up walking with the ball.
Byers, nice high-low, and that's going to draw the ire of the official and a Maxwell foul.
It's one thing you can see about halftime. They made some adjustments against this zone, and I think that means that Douglas is going to have to come out of this zone and go to something different.
Stamper near wing. Byers, nice find, and Stamper kisses it in, and we got a 10-point ball game.
Yeah, this is not the way Douglas wanted this half to start, and the exact way GRC wanted it to go.
3 Cardinals each with 11 in this game. Now Baker trying to negotiate this Cardinal defense as Broncos silent offensively to start the frame. There's a triggered 3. And Darrington able to save it for the Broncos.
Good hustle.
Rhodes. I'm not sure she was ready to shoot that ball as it's going to come up dry, and GRC weaving their way into forecourt. Stamper. And an and one, and this one's getting out of hand.
Yeah.
Darrington with a foul.
I tell you what, the GRC has come out here. They've made some adjustments at halftime, and then right now they're just wanting the ball more and got that basket, hoop, and the harm.
There you see the foul on Darrington as Byers.
Yeah.
Going to get another free throw attempt.
Yeah, Douglas made a mistake. Christian there just walked away from the free throw line. You cannot do that. That's a lane violation.
And that free throw is up and in.
Douglas has to find some offense this time down the court, as you said, Chris. This is getting out of hand.
That's going to be off the mark as well as Stamper coming near sideline for GRC. That's off the mark from Chestnut, and 2 more on the docket for GRC.
Yeah, Byers, she's just living on those offensive boards, and that's what Coach Moberly talked about in the pregame with me. You cannot let those girls get second chance opportunities, and that's what they're doing.
Coach Moberly electing to continue play as Baker weaving in and draws a foul.
Yeah, she did a good job. She forced the hand there on GRC there, got the foul there. So we're going to go to the free throw line. You know, that's one way you can get things going is to get to the free throw line, get some easy baskets. You see the ball go in the basket. That's what Douglas needs to do right now.
Now Kate Baker averages 10 points on the night. She's got but a field goal. And the song remains the same here thus far for Douglas in this half.
Yeah, everything is different right now for Douglas. They are having a rough time. Christian's getting a little bit frustrated, and you know, right now you got to get your leadership in there and get back going.
That's going to end a 9-0 run. GRC now plus 14. Here's Byers applying the break. Nice dime underneath, and Stamper kept her pivot foot, but falling away, it's up short.
Yeah, Darrington did a good job not fouling there.
Christian, nice extra pass. Baker free for 3. And Stamper all over the floor for the rebound.
The smallest player on the court, and boy, she is all over the court.
Her instincts are so strong. Byers long, Byers with the rebound. And a left-hand shovel will draw a Douglas foul.
Yeah, Chestnut did a great job there taking to the basketball. Like you say, you have Byers on the miss and Byers on the rebound, but right now, that's what's going on. You just cannot give up second and third chance opportunities to GRC.
Anaya Chestnut, her 4th point. She's got a younger sister, Kylie, on this team, a 7th grader.
Douglas has come in with their 8th grader, Jaylee Knowles, who got a lot of experience while Darrington was out, but this is a big bright light for this girl. Let's see how she can play.
Well, it's great to see so many young players contributing. So many strong young players on both these rosters.
Which is something that did not happen when I played.
GRC in control. We're going to have a foul up top. Leave a hand check on Chestnut.
Well, that's the one place you don't want to get that foul. It's way out high there. There's no way that it's going to go anywhere towards the basket. So. Yeah, I'm going to pull her out.
So Kaylee Tabor will shuttle out.
Yeah, that's who the foul was actually on, and coach is not pleased with her, so got her right out.
And there's 2 underneath on the inbound.
Baker came underneath there. Again, small player, but she controlled her body and got in there, and she scored the last 3 points.
Broncos now within 14. He had a 4-point lead in the second quarter, and GRC began this half on a 9-0 flurry. Nice pivot by Byers. Trickled long. Sierra on the backside, and a Douglas foul.
I tell you, that's just one thing. It's just Coach Moberly. I hate to say this, but he kept talking about it. He said, you cannot give those girls second opportunities. In this entire third quarter, they've done nothing but get second opportunities, and mainly Sierra Byers.
And that's going to saddle off as Maxwell secures the rebound. Christian been very quiet in this game, averages 15. She's got but 5. And now Rhodes free for a 3, and it's blocked by Byers on the closeout, but able to find Baker.
She said that's 6'1" versus 5'5" there.
Baker trying to ignite this offense. Great pass underneath, and Darrington with a deuce. Oh, excuse me, that is Knowles, I beg your pardon.
Yeah, the 8th grader there did a good job getting to the basket.
Jaylee Knowles with a basket. Now Gay inside the arc. And Knowles assertive with the retrieval.
Great job blocking out there.
And Rhodes, a little bit out of sorts there, will draw the 3rd team GRC foul this half.
Yeah, you know, that's what Douglas has to do. They have to force the hand. You're down 14 points. You know, you can't swap baskets. You got to go ahead and kind of force their hand and get going.
Foul whistled on Anaya Chestnut. That's her 2nd. And McKaylee Tabor will race to the scores table for GRC. There you see her check in, number 24.
Like Stamper must have maybe jammed her fingers. They're taping 2 of her fingers together.
There's Rhodes, top of the key. Still plenty of time left in this game, but Douglas, this is a group that shoots threes at 36% on the year. They're going to have to make a few to get back in this game.
Absolutely. You got to do something different to get back in this game.
Bounce pass to McKaylee Bennett. She's in for the first time. She'll shimmy baseline. And there's a Bronco timeout. Coach Moberly very astutely paused play. He sensed some discernment there in that huddle.
Yeah, well, if you have the ball held in the corner, there's nowhere to go with it. You got to get a timeout.
We're on the air here 3 nights here this week on Glycod.com, including a doozy on Friday night. Madison Central and Douglas boys will tip at 7:30. Rick and I will have the call. And then one night later, Keith Elkins in this chair. Keith will join Rick for Paul Lawrence Dunbar and these Douglas Broncos as we surprisingly wind down this season. It's amazing how fast it goes.
I tell you, I know my kids tell me all the time, Dad, you're sounding old, but I mean, it is. We're in late January already, and, you know, you see at the end of February is the district tournament, so we're heading in the downward direction towards the end of the season here, and that's why this game tonight is, first of all, so important, but secondly, I think both these teams are learning a lot about themselves. They're not in the same district. They're not in the same region, so that doesn't play effect, but really you need to, if you're Douglas, you want to make a big comeback here, even if you don't get the victory.
Well, and a really good crowd on hand for a midweek game as well.
Absolutely.
Since
which
a lot
is
of
good
excitement.
to see.
Sure is. As Baker will handle up top. And Rhodes. Step back. How about that?
Nice play there. Yeah, you could tell she felt much more comfortable. Brianna Byers is on the bench and didn't have to face that 6'1".
Gay runs the floor, and just like that, they answer.
Nice pass by Chestnut there also. Found the opening, and Gay put it in even against some pressure.
So both clubs swap buckets out of the timeout, and Baker heading to the foul line.
Yeah, Baker, she's taking Chestnut. You know, Chestnut's young again, a senior versus a freshman, and Baker's kind of schooling her right now, taking to the basket.
Baker, an 82% foul shooter. Stamper back in for the Cardinals.
I don't think jam fingers are going to stop Stamper. We've seen her; she's all over the court.
She's a gamer.
Absolutely.
And Brianna Byers will check in for GRC. Really enjoyed chatting with Coach Graham for the game, season 11. Ask him what keeps him there, because it's unusual now for coaches to stay at places double-figure years, certainly in high school as well, and he said he loves it there.
I was going to say, if you got a good gig, don't lose it.
Byers short on a three. He said, "Don't chase happiness," was his quote. And Baker with a rebound as Douglas trying to whittle their way back in this game, and Baker could not put it in.
All the way from one end to the other, had an open shot, but just wouldn't fall.
There's Byers bulldozing her way to the basket and ricocheted out. It will stay or swap to Douglas.
Yeah, Knowles is giving him some good minutes right now. She's in there, not real big-bodied, but she's doing a good job blocking out, hustling up and down the court, giving Darrington a little bit of a rest because they're going to need her, probably sit her till about the beginning of the fourth quarter for one final push for Douglas.
As Baker veering into forecourt, still plenty of time in this game. As Baker bounces to Christian. That was a tough two.
Yeah. And they need to get Christian going. She was getting frustrated. You could tell just by the look at her body language. But that one, sometimes one basket in will make you feel a lot better.
13 unofficially for Christian. Is that shot's going to be off the mark? And Douglas in the open floor. The follow still won't fall for Bennett, and another GRC foul.
That one's on Byers, and I'll tell you what happened was Christian made the shot on one end, came back and got the steal on the other end. I tell you, Chris, sometimes seeing that ball go in the basket, all your frustrations go away. So good job there, and a good rebound by Knowles to get the free throw line.
So Knowles for two. And the first one in. She's brought some energy in this quarter.
She has, and this game's gotten, it's under double digits.
And that one in as well.
So you see GRC's going back with their starters and getting things kind of righted for the end of this quarter. And we saw what happened right at the end of the second quarter. They went on a big run.
And Douglas defense forcing another turnover.
Yeah, that was just a little bit too high there. Stamper came underneath the basket, but just couldn't control the pass.
Now Christian, we'll see how patient these Broncos are here. Under 30 in the frame.
Oh.
Not very patient, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, she got by with a little push off there on Chestnut, but as you said, Chris, those two have played each other against each other with East and West Jessamine.
Foul on the Broncos, their fifth team foul.
Chris, I'm not sure if you did, but I didn't think this game could be 6 points. I thought GRC was running away with it.
15 and 2 left. And a long outlet to Stamper. Poked away from behind. That was Bennett that got a hand on it, and the ball trickles right to Gay. Oh, my.
Again, just such a momentum killer because Rose had the ball there, couldn't hold on to it. Nice pass to Gay. She went with the power, got hit, going for the three-point play here. And again, you get it down to 6, and now you've got a chance to go back up 9. GRC's doing a great job coaching again. They're getting their big players in, giving them 8 seconds to rest before they get back in for the fourth quarter.
So an and one free throw for Gay. And that's a big swing in this game.
Yeah, and she's going to come out. And another smart thing is that way you don't get any more fouls on your big players there. So now they're going to put pressure all over the court, which they should. Make Douglas work to get the ball down the court.
Gay with 5 in this quarter. As Baker in the open floor tries and answers.
Good job there. Took it all the way to the basket. And right now, Baker's been the answer in this quarter, having a great quarter. There for a while, they weren't able to score at all, and she came in and now has scored 7 or maybe 8 this quarter.
So Baker to the line for 1. And she will get the roll.
Back to a 6-point game, 4.2 seconds.
Stamper. Left-hand shovel, and that will not get off in time. So that's going to close the third quarter. GRC once led by 14. It's now 6 in the fourth quarter when we come back on Glycod.com.
Hi, I'm Glenn Downs, pharmacist and owner of the Prescription Pad in Nicholasville. We are an independent community pharmacy that provides personalized service. We offer free home delivery, medication compliance packaging, compounding, and home medical equipment. Getting your medications from us means no need to wait in line or on the phone for minutes. Visit us at 465 Keene Center Drive in the Keene Shops in Nicholasville or by phone at 859-887-2841. The Prescription Pad is dedicated to your family's health.
You're tuned in to Central Kentucky High School Basketball on Glycod.
Chris LeBarton, Rick Reams back live on the farm in Lexington. GRC hanging on to a 6-point lead over Frederick Douglass in a nice gallant comeback by the Broncos.
Yeah, you know, it would have been very easy for a team like Douglass, who has an 0-3 record against this GRC team, just to figure it wasn't their night. But, boy, they didn't. They came back. They were able to get it within 6. Well, like you said, after being down by 14, that's got to feel a lot better. They're coming back in. I think it's wise. They're going to have Darrington and Knowles in there, trying to get some more rebounding in there to try to keep the Byers girls off the boards.
First time we've seen that lineup, that concoction tonight for the Broncos as they go with a couple of bigs. And a nice overplay and theft by Christian. That's Myra Christian in the open floor. Puts it in.
Boy, her body language has changed 180 degrees.
Lead down to 4, some aggressive pressure in the backcourt and pinballed out off of Christian.
Yeah, she's doing a really good job getting in the passing lane. As you said, Brianna Byers just kind of held that ball up, and Christian just stole the ball from her, picked her pocket.
See what the Cardinals can do. They've had an answer, and most times tonight an elbow J off from Byers, but Chestnut on cleanup duty. Inside the lane, and that's going to be the 7th team foul.
Yeah, the one thing that Douglas can't let happen is that time that ball hit the ground before Chestnut grabbed it. You got to get that ball up in the air.
7th team foul, so 1 and 1. Excuse me, a 2-shot foul. I beg your pardon. 2-shot foul as Gay shot off the mark.
You need to hit your free throws here. They're very important.
Getting a 90% foul shooter on the year. So the lead back to 5.
GRC's going to go to a zone. Oh, nice look.
Underneath and running the floor for 2 is Darrington.
Yeah, they weren't really sure where they were in that zone, and Darrington got a nice pass from Christian.
And how about Christian racing back, but saved it in play, and Byers kissed it in.
Yeah, how many times have we seen that where Douglas has almost gotten the steal, and most of the time it's Sierra Byers that ends up with the basket.
That was Brianna that time with 17 and a 5-point GRC advantage. Rhodes knocking it in for 3.
Didn't see that at all in the third quarter, and there she comes early in the fourth quarter.
It's been a great ball game as Rhodes with 16.
Stole
and a
the ball.
steal. Looking for a tie. Rhodes up and in, and a foul.
Oh, yeah. Douglas believes. Their bench is up. The crowd's up. Tell you what, this can build a lot of momentum. And GRC smart. Call a timeout there. Try to stop Douglas's momentum.
It is a full timeout. We will step aside as well. Timeout for GRC. In a tie ball game. Be right back on Glycod.com.
Hi, I'm Glenn Downs, pharmacist and owner of the Prescription Pad in Nicholasville. We are an independent community pharmacy that provides personalized service. We offer free home delivery, medication compliance packaging, compounding, and home medical equipment. Getting your medications from us means no need to wait in line or on the phone for minutes. Visit us at 465 Keene Center Drive in the Keene Shops in Nicholasville or by phone at 859-887-2841. The prescription pad is dedicated to your family's health.
You're tuned in to Central Kentucky High School Basketball on Glycod.
Back live to the farm, and an and one upcoming as GRC once up 14, now dead even after the basket from Rhodes.
Great play there, kind of took her time, pumped, got the foul, and I tell you what, you saw Coach Graham there. He was not pleased at all in that timeout, and he let his girls have it.
And Douglas with their first lead since late in the second quarter.
This game has really turned.
This GRC bunch so seasoned, so resilient. We'll see how they respond as Gay handles up top. And Stamper playing wise beyond her 8th grade years. And Stamper needling against Baker. Shovel entry. Wouldn't go in, but Byers cleans it up for 2.
Yeah, that backside, you've got to block her out. Find no one else, put your body on her, but she did a great job getting the rebound.
That's unofficially 15 points for Sierra Byers. And a seesaw late in Lexington as Baker finding Rhodes. Eighth team GRC foul.
Another foul. Byers. It's her 4th foul. They're going to have to get her out for right now. I tell you what, that's a huge difference.
McKaylee Tabor will check in. When do you bring Brianna back, Rick?
I think you try to, if you can, you wait till about 3 minutes. But if you can't, you're going to have to bring her in and just let her, the senior, do it. But you know one thing, Chris, you talked about, this has been an average of a 35-point win for GRC. And tonight, Douglas is realizing we can play with these teams.
Shows the progression of this Bronco program as Rhodes 18 unofficially tonight, and Douglas by 1. Now they're going back to that 2-3.
Yeah, and again, we talked about with Knowles in there and Darrington, you've got to block Byers out.
Chestnut trying to put in a 3 and a strong rebound. What's the call? Held ball.
Oh, boy.
Arrow, GRC. Nope, excuse me.
Yep.
Arrow Douglas.
GRC got the ball to start this quarter, so I'll tell you what, good job there by Darrington. Didn't get a foul, was able to get the jump ball, and Douglas can build a little bit up on this lead.
Under 5 on the timer. Baker outside that arc.
They're bringing Darrington up high to try to set that pick there, and here she comes.
Baker going to dribble the air out of the ball. She wheels over to the right.
And why not? If they're going to let you do that, you've got the lead and the ball, and all you can do is take up more time.
Now around the clock they go. Christian down the pike, lays it in.
Great job with the left hand. Again, I'm so impressed with these girls going to their off hands on that correct side.
And a 3-point Bronco lead. Chestnut near wing, funneling it to Stamper.
This lead gets any bigger, you're going to see Brianna Byers have to come back in.
Now Rhodes pounding Gay in that far corner. Entry loose. And Stamper lost it out of play.
I'll tell you what, just a tough play there. I think GRC is going to get a timeout. Yeah, here comes Brianna Byers. Chris, you can't wait 3 minutes. You got to get her back in the game and let her, being a senior, be smart enough not to foul out.
We'll keep things right here as Cardinals now down to 2 stops. And the Broncos will have possession leading by 3.
You know, again, it's just a change of fortunes. You're up 14, you're GRC, you think you've got them on the run. In most games in the past, that would have been the case. But for this Broncos team, they held their ground. They kept on doing what they were doing. And as you said, I think they got some great minutes from Knowles. And then I think the smart thing was to have Knowles and Darrington in there to try to at least get some size to keep GRC off the boards. And right now that's worked.
And Byers with those 4 fouls, you think Douglas is going to take it right to her?
Well, there's absolutely no doubt. I mean, you know, she's probably, unless they go to that zone, she's probably going to be guarding Rhodes. And if I'm Rhodes, I do what she did on that last play is take it to the basket, pump fake, because she's gotten a shot blocked. And that's almost best when you get a shot blocked, because that way you know that you can get a pump fake and they can go up and try to block another one.
Christian igniting this fourth quarter comeback. Rhodes as well. This one off to the left. And the rebound secured by GRC.
Good play
Chestnut, fortuitous, able to hang on to that ball as it's out off of a Bronco hand.
Yeah, I think Christian again got back and knocked that ball out.
Chestnut will reel it in. Now Byers drifting in the lane, up and long. And the rebound brought down by Darrington. Down the hill, Baker, 2 more.
Great outlet pass there. Darrington looked up the court and found Baker wide open.
GRC trying to answer that one short. Bennett had a hand on it, and another held ball.
Oh, boy. It's going to be GRC's ball, but actually Douglas was lucky there. Darrington came over the back to do it, but I'm going to give the officials consistency. They did a good job. They've called that jump ball all night, and that's what they called again.
Sierra Byers to inbound, finding Brianna near corner. Sierra. That one glanced off the glass, and the rebound again brought down by Darrington. And again an outlet for a Bronco basket.
Yeah, GRC's calling a timeout. I tell you what, Chris, surprisingly, GRC, they're a tired team right now. Darrington's doing a great job getting those passes out. And I tell you what, very impressed with the way Douglas has come back.
Well, the Broncos have panicked. The Cardinals have panicked the last couple of possessions.
And honestly, that's not what you would think you would see. You would think it would be the opposite. But right there, I don't think that's really the shot they want from Sierra Byers, that three-point shot. But on the last 2 rebounds, Darrington has done a great job getting the rebound, looking up, and getting 2 wide-open passes to Baker. And then on that one to get layups to go up 7 points.
Still 3 minutes left in this game, but the Cardinals only 1 timeout in their hip pockets.
The one thing you do there if you're GRC, you call the timeout and you settle your team down. You know, they're shaking a little bit right now, but what you tell them is remember what got us up 14. That can happen again. That's what we have to do. And then you've got to tell your guards, you can't crash the boards anymore. You're going to have to drop back so they don't get wide open layups coming back.
Length of the floor is Stamper for the Cardinals. Again, a 7-point lead. GRC once led by 14. Chestnut around the corner. Gay. There's a lid on it at this end and a much-needed putback for Byers.
Yeah, Christian shaking her head because there was nothing she could do. She tried to block out, but the size advantage is just too much.
See if Douglas can close out a very strong GRC team. Baker in the corner.
You want Baker and Christian to handle the ball because they're going to go everywhere they can. The thing right now, though, is, Byers can't foul. She's got 4 fouls, so that's the smart person. Get the ball to whoever she's guarding.
Christian weaving her way in the lane. Nice closeout by Sierra Byers. Now Bennett, high archer, and a rainbow for 2.
4 in a row for Bennett. Very impressive.
Back to 7.
Yeah, they've got Knowles out right now, so their size advantage is not there.
Stamper didn't have the courage to pull the trigger on that 3. She does now. And got it!
That's what she has to know. She's such a great shooter. That one, like you said, the first one she didn't take, but that one, no hesitation.
Down to 4, $1:37 left. And a great play, Byers with those fouls. Oh, excuse me, that was Chestnut with the tie-up. And Darrington put it in.
Great job there. Almost lost the ball, but again, she moved so well, so fluid down the motion to get to the lane.
Darrington with 10. There's Chestnut passing the foul line to Byers. Nice move. Would not fall. And Christian, a much-needed rebound. And a foul given in backcourt.
Yeah, at this point, GRC has to foul. There's nothing else you can do. And as you said, Byers she's had 3 or 4 of those that have just rolled off the rim, just aren't going in. And boy, what a big, big miss there.
1-1 for Christian, and 9th team foul. Oh my. And we're going to get a compounded error as Bennett commits a foul chasing the loose ball.
I wouldn't be surprised if you see Knowles come back in, but as you said, you don't want to compound a missed free throw by making a foul there.
1-1 for.
Chris, you talked about it with Coach Graham. He talked about he wanted to see how his team did with mental and physical fatigue. Right now they have both, so we're going to have to see how they are.
1-1 for Byers. She shoots them only at 51%. And this is a critical front end as the Cardinals try to slide their way back.
Good shot there. She's breathing hard, and what she did is very smart. When you're out of breath, you've got to use your legs to get that shot up there, and she's really bending deep, and that's very smart of the senior.
Big one here is it would enable the Cardinals to set up a full court press. And 2 big free throws for Byers.
Right now, if you're Douglas, the first thing is get the ball in bounce and then do not get trapped.
9-team GRC fouls, and Darrington nearly threw that ball away, and there's a foul on Sierra Byers. So 2 free throws looming for Kate Baker.
And that's who you want at the free throw line. But one thing you got to tell Darrington is when you get the ball, you don't need to turn and dribble it. Give it back to one of the guards, but they got lucky that time.
So Baker, 82% foul shooter.
Again, it's all legs. She didn't bend at all. I was not a great free throw shooter, but I knew when I was tired, I had to get the deep bends to get my legs into that shot.
This is a big one here.
Got that one.
Now 5-point Broncos lead. Still 2-possession game late. As GRC, Stamper, a big 3 off the heel, and Chestnut, how about that for a rebound underneath and be poked away off of the Broncos.
Chestnut still shaking her head. She's like, Coach, I cannot get a rebound in here. But you know what? She did a great job. Just stick your hand in there, knock it out of bounds, make them play more, 45.9.
Byers to inbound. Setting a screen up for Sierra Byers, and a foul call. That whistle very late, but occurring right in front of us.
Yeah, it was a great call, and the thing is, that's a 3-point shooter there. You just don't want to make that mistake. At that point, Chris, just give her the shot. She's not made them tonight, so give it to her, but boy, big mistake.
See if we can get another look at that. Again, Byers will have 3. You see the whistle. First foul shot, by the way, long.
68% free throw shooter, and boy, these are huge.
Now back to 4.
If you hit this one, it's a 1-possession game, and right now you're going to take a full timeout by Douglas.
Broncos will strategize a 4-point Frederick Douglass lead. Take a quick break. Be right back after this message from the prescription pad on Glycott.
Hi, I'm Glenn Downs, pharmacist and owner of the Prescription Pad in Nicholasville. We are an independent community pharmacy that provides personalized service. We offer free home delivery, medication compliance packaging, compounding, and home medical equipment. Getting your medications from us means no need to wait in line or on the phone for minutes. Visit us at 465 Keene Center Drive in the Keene Shops in Nicholasville or by phone at 859-887-2841. The Prescription Pad is dedicated to your family's health.
You're tuned in to Central Kentucky High School Basketball on Glycod.
Back live to Frederick Douglass High School in Lexington. One more free throw for George Rogers Clark, and is a 4-point Bronco lead.
Yeah, it's not only, as you said last time, not only could this free throw take it down to a one-possession game, but allows you to set up a press if you make the free throw. The second thing I know Coach Moberly's talking about to his girls is you've got to block out. You can't let them miss this free throw and get another possession.
Our records show GRC with 1 timeout remaining. The scoreboard operator has them at 2, so we'll try to get that discrepancy taken care of. Right now, the focal point on Sierra Byers, as she'll have 1 more free throw.
Yeah, and what you see, you watch, you got Brianna Byers going up.
That's a big one.
Yep.
Back to 1 possession game. Attacking the press are the Broncos. And a basket for Frederick Douglass.
I tell you what, Bennett, she's come in no fear. 3 baskets.
Off the mark. That was Tabor.
Bennett with the rebound. I tell you what, Chris, she has had a big 2 minutes here.
Third on Tabor. Double bonus. And 2 free throws the rest of the way for Frederick Douglass. And you're right, Bennett, after not playing much of this game, has made her presence felt late.
Yeah, she's another one. I watched, she played the entire JV game, and, sometimes that's just, there's a time for you to come out and play, and tonight's the night for Bennett.
And that one will swirl off. Again, more high school basketball here on Friday. Madison Central boys, Frederick Douglass boys, a 7:30 tip. And GRC will call timeout. Again, we have them as this is their last. And it apparently will be their last timeout as it's been extended to a full. So 1 more quick break. Be right back. 1 more free throw for Douglass when we come back on Glycott.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Anderson Apothecary, the cure for the common drugstore. Anderson Apothecary, just across the street from the high school on Highway 127.
Community strong, serving Lawrenceburg for 20 years, Century Bank is Anderson County's locally owned bank. With a full suite of deposit, loan, and online products, plus a knowledgeable, friendly staff, Century makes everyday banking simple. Located at 201 West Woodford Street with online banking at centurybankky.com. Century Bank, our community, your bank. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
1 more free throw for Douglass, 5-point GRC deficit, 23.2 left. So Bennett for 1 more free throw.
57% free throw shooter on the year. Missed the first one.
And that one, oh my, well short, did not hit the rim, so no time will elapse.
Yeah.
And this one not quite out of the barn just yet.
Yeah, Chris, I've been there, done that. It's not a good feeling.
2-possession game and a steal, and that may ice it. That shot off the mark from Bennett, and GRC with an outlet. Oh my, and Gay mishandles the open court pass.
Mistakes on both end there. Bennett's a freshman. They're talking to her right now. She didn't have to go in there and shoot that ball at all. You had the game won right there. But, you learn, and then all of a sudden, GRC makes a mistake, gets a turnover.
Myra Christian will inbound. That ball deflected, and GRC with the theft as Byers tried desperately to draw a foul. And finally a foul called on the Cardinals.
That was a great job there by Douglass. Byers got the steal and went to the basket. And whose hands was in there? Darrington was there again, and then she got the foul. She's going to the free throw line, 7.5 seconds. Hits 1 or 2 of these. This game's pretty well over, Chris.
Darrington has been a factor tonight. 10 points, half dozen or so rebounds.
Now, if you're Douglass, there's no need to foul. There's no need to guard. Just, don't make it difficult on them, but you don't want to stop the clock again.
Trying to balloon this to 7. And Douglas apparently will win their 4th consecutive tonight after defeating a very sound George Rogers Clark team. Byers a late heave, and that's going to wrap things up. Two class coaches, two great programs will meet at half court. And Frederick Douglass, a winner tonight over George Rogers Clark. We'll take one break, be back to wrap things up from the farm in just a moment on Glycod.
New teen drivers are at greater risk for car crashes, particularly at night and during the first few months without adult supervision. Checkpoints is a free 1-hour educational program held monthly at the Jessamine Career and Technology Center in Nicholasville. It will help you help your teen be safer when they become a new independent driver. For more details, including program incentives and how to register, visit the Jessamine County Health Department's website at jessaminehealth.org.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking, insurance, investments, and wealth management for over a century. We're big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. Strengthening our community since 1910. German American Bank.
Looking for new ways to connect with your customer? Did you know that local grassroots marketing is the most effective? For a successful economic approach, email info@glycod.com or call 502-551-5027.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give Rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
Family owned and operated since 1946, Thomas Car Wash has specialized in making Louisville cars look fresh and clean. Co-owned by 2006 Mill graduate Alex Thomas, Thomas Car Wash has 4 convenient locations, including their newly renovated one at 5321 Preston Highway, just a mile down from Mail. Additional locations include 6511 Preston Highway, 4139 Bardstown Road, and one at the intersection of Hurstbourne Parkway and Taylorsville Road. From full service to express washes to detailing and towel drying, wash local with Thomas Car Wash.
You're tuned in to Central Kentucky High School Basketball on Glycod.
Final score tonight, Frederick Douglass a quality win as they defeat George Rogers Clark 73-66. This ball game really not in doubt until late in the game. And how about Douglass overcoming a 14-point second-half deficit?
I tell you what, Douglass learned a lot about themselves tonight, and that's what Coach Moberly wanted to see. Chris, you talked about it. The average score had been Douglass had been lost these games by 35 points the last 3 games. That shows where this team is. Coach Moberly 2 games ago told me, Chris, he said, I want to be the team that has the mark on our back that other teams want, and they proved that tonight. And I tell you what, a big win that I think is going to pay dividends in the postseason.
GRC falls to 12-5. Frederick Douglass improves to 11-6. Broncos now winners of 4 in succession. The individuals scoring a lot of balance for both teams. GRC led tonight by Sierra Byers with 19. Brianna Byers had 14. Kennedy Stamper, the 8th grader, chipped in 14. Trinity Gay, 6. Anaya Chestnut, 4. And McKaylee Tabor, 2 points off the bench. For the Broncos, 4 double-figure scores. Nia Rhodes led the group with 19. Maya Christian, 16. Kate Baker with 13. Ayana Darrington, 12. 4 points for Jaylee Knowles, 6. McKaylee Bennett, and 3 points for Amaya Maxwell. Now for tonight's Most Outstanding Player, presented by Elite Building Products in Nicholasville, and we could have gone a bevy of ways.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way to pick one player tonight. Everyone played well, but I mean, I think you have to go with Brianna Byers, and then you have to go with Nia Rhodes. Both those players had great games. You know, both these teams needed that from these players. both hit big shots. Byers had some great rebounds, but Rhodes some great step-back three-pointers. And just, I think, a great night for both teams. They're both going to learn, but I tell you what, if you're Douglas getting that victory tonight and with Nia Rhodes, great game.
And McKaylee Bennett sat on the bench for most of the varsity game, but 6 late points.
Yeah, that's knowing your time. That's when you get in there to play. Because, honestly, what they probably did is they put her in there to give someone a rest. And then she said, oh, yeah, I'm not coming out. And she did. She came in, 6 big points, missed a couple free throws, but, boy, was big, got a steal there at the end of the game. Very impressive. Again, that's something that pays dividends on down the road. You can trust her now.
We've got 2 big games coming up this week in this same building on Glycod. Boys games both Friday and Saturday. Madison Central against the Broncos. And then Saturday, a bit of an earlier start, 6 o'clock beginning, as Dunbar will take on the Douglas Broncos. That will wrap things up tonight. Our great Glycod crew, Evan Collins, his maiden voyage on camera, doing an outstanding job. Steve Bird is our executive producer. For Rick Reams, I'm Chris LeBar. Good night from Frederick Douglass High School in Lexington. You've been watching high school basketball.